I'm Tom from Do It Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at the Kong traffic handle leash. So this is a great leash if you're walking a bigger dog or you just want a lot more control when you're walking. It has this nice loop at the top and it's kind of cushioned. And you can see mine is super worn, and it's because I've had this for years. I've done a lot of walks with this leash and it's held up really well over time. So there's some wear and tear and things, but you can see that overall structure of it is doing great after probably 2.5 years of use almost every day. This is the handle at the top. Again, it has that kind of cushiony grip, but then when we come down the leash here, you can see there's the clip to connect it to your dog's collar, but there's also this second loop down at the bottom, and they call this a traffic handle. And the idea is that you can keep your dog on a slightly longer leash. It's still a fixed length, so you still have a lot of great control. But if you're walking in a situation like you see another dog or you're walking near a road where you want your dog to be a little bit closer to you, you can be holding this in one hand and then you can grab them really close to their collar with this traffic handle, and that allows you to be, almost right at your dog's collar and controlling them very closely if you're in that kind of tight in situation. And I find that's great if you have a dog that's sort of a more less obedient walker and they're at the end of their lead all the time. If you need to bring them in even closer to you, you can just really easily grab that second padded handle and have a lot of control there to make sure that they're going where you need them to be. I also use this with the Amazon Basics waste bag dispenser. Just clips really easily on there. And I found this is a really great leash. I think it would work well. I have Bichon Frises, so they're not that big, but up to a 20-pound dog for me. But I think this would work great also because it is such a kind of strong, thick material. It's not just a thin lead. This would work really well for a larger dog as well. For me, it just gives me a lot of control, and my dogs do tend to pull, so it's really helpful to have that extra thickness. And again, after several years of using this, it's held up really well, hasn't frayed, hasn't really had any substantial damage to it. Still very comfortable to hold and to use, and I think it's just a great leash, really for a dog of any size.